So you're curious about investing in Nashville real estate. Well, today I'm hitting the streets. I'm gonna go chase down one of the smartest real estate investors that I know, and we're gonna interview him if I can catch him. It all starts right now. If this is your first time on the channel, I want to say thanks for stopping by. Where to Live Nashville is all about bringing you the Nashville area real estate information that you need, that you desire. If this kind of info is interesting, come follow along with us and let us know what questions you have. We are a real estate team, so we can help you no matter if you're moving in 9 days or 9 months. We want to help answer your questions, and we want to help you make smart investments in real estate. So with that, let's jump into the video. I got a special treat. I've got the real estate legend, my brother, the real estate cowboy, Jeremy Kelton, in the vehicle with me here. Why are we here? What are we doing here?
We're looking at new construction as close to downtown, a single family house on a single family lot as you can get.
But more specifically, you actually are building a house right here, and this is a project that you've got going on. So we're checking the slab, checking the progress. This is what you do every day?
This is what I do most days. This is a new construction house that we're building on the lot that I bought 10 or 12 years ago. That was an old duplex that was falling apart and falling apart and falling apart. And so it was finally time to tear down and build a new house.
Yeah, I'm curious what made you buy this place back when you bought it 10 plus years ago?
Gosh, the good old days when you could buy a property that would actually cash flow. When I could rent it for more money than the mortgage plus the insurance plus the taxes. I actually made a little bit of profit each month off the rent for a long time.
Show me around. A lot of people don't get to see a house in this stage. This is, of course, slab construction here. Can you show me around, like, what are these things that we see all around us, I guess?
Yeah, so in slab construction, you have to put in the only a few things before you start. You have to put in the plumbing drains, because drains have to go down, and then most of the water supplies coming up, because water supplies come from down low. So here we would have water supplies, sink, drain. This would be for a kitchen, probably the kitchen island, I would suspect. And I would suspect this is electrical conduit, where they will run wires through this electrical conduit after the fact. So for all the plumbing fixtures on the first floor of slab construction, they each need their own pop-up. So we have a radon vent, we have a bathroom, we have a half bath, we have the master bedroom will be downstairs in this, and there'll be 2 or 3 bedrooms upstairs. And so all these plumbing drops are where drains will either be coming from the first floor or the second floor.
And then what are these bolts that we see all around the outside here?
The bolts are how the framing is attached to the slab. For the bottom plate of wood, they will drill a hole for each bolt and then bolt on the wood so that it's all very firmly attached, so that the framing doesn't fall over or slide off.
In a major storm, you want this thing bolted together, basically.
Yeah. You wouldn't want anything less than that for wind and damage.
And then what is this black tarp deal around the perimeter?
Black thing, standard codes, what they call a silt fence that you put up for construction. The idea is to keep dust and debris from blowing into your neighbor's yards, and kind of a general requirement of codes, which is good. It makes all the not as dirty as it would be otherwise for all the neighbors.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And then is this back porch going right here? It looks like it's sloped downward.
Yep, back porch gently sloped down so that water and rain that hits it will not run towards the house. Water is the big enemy of houses, and so we want to get the water away from it, which is what this little step and a gentle slope down does.
And is this going to be a 1-story, 2-story? What's this house going to look like?
2-story house up to there's height limits in this neighborhood. I think it's 31 feet, 30 feet. And so we're just a foot under that, but yeah, it'll be 2 stories, 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, 2,400 square feet, something like that.
24. And then garage or no?
Yep, garage and a living room above the garage. Not technically allowed to be an apartment yet until the zoning changes, which I suspect will happen sometime in the next year or 2, but garage with a living room above it.
What are your intentions? Are you planning to keep this thing or sell this thing, or what's the long term for this?
Yeah, we don't really know yet. We'll look at selling it, and if that's profitable, may do that. But we'll look at renting it as well, and kind of make a game time decision on where the market is when this thing is done with construction here in 3 or 4 months.
The original real estate cowboy right here. keeping his options open, never afraid to dabble, multiple exit strategies. That's just how he rolls.
Mostly afraid to commit. So
I love it. This guy never met a real estate project he didn't like.
this is true.
We'll keep you posted as this progresses. This is going to be a cool project. It's hard to see him like this. You never catch him at this phase, I feel like. So this is a special chance to see a project kind of go down as it goes down.
And with inside of here, I mean, these tall houses were built in the last 5 years. There's a house getting renovated over there. These new houses behind us were built in the last 3 years.
Yeah, we're in the path of.
We're within realm. People who live here could be employees at Amazon. You could walk or ride a bike downtown to go to anywhere from this house. So that'll most likely be the occupant of this house will be a downtown family or downtown worker of some sort. There's new construction right across the interstate over there. I mean, that all over there would be called North Nashville. This little pocket of this neighborhood is called Hope Gardens. A little bit of Germantown, one little neighborhood within the Germantown area.
Yeah. Any advice for somebody who's like, hey, I want to build a house for myself in Nashville, in the city? Any words of wisdom?
Can be a great thing to do. Find people that you like and trust to work with. Building a new house is not for the faint of heart, but with a good contractor, good designer, it could be a great thing to build the house that you really want.
Yeah. And it kind of takes a little bit of time, doesn't it? Process.
Oh yeah, from when you buy a lot to getting permitting to getting designs done to getting the house built, minimum, the fastest it would ever be done, the whole process would be a year, and it wouldn't be unheard of for it to take 2 years from when you buy a lot to get all the different pieces put together to get it and get construction started and get it finished. So yeah, I would say 1 to 2 years.
You got some patience.
Got to have patience to build a house in the city.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Was this a scary area back when you bought the place?
Yes.
Were you scared to come here?
Yes.
You did it anyway.
Most properties I've bought, I was scared to buy and scared to come to. But yeah, this was a scary area. And like everything in Nashville, it's just been getting fixed up over time. And now it's no longer a scary area.
Are there any scary areas left in Nashville?
Very few. There are some, yeah. I'm not going to say where, because if I am to buy a house, that would be where I buy it. But no, there are a few scary areas left, and this is not one of them. Somebody who lives here can walk to work downtown. They can walk to work at Amazon. They can walk to the Church Street YMCA. This is
walkable. High walk score.
Yeah, high walkable score. Can walk to the farmer's market for lunch.
So for somebody who's interested in investing in real estate, would you say that buying something that maybe is scary or maybe is not the nicest neighborhood, if they have a long-term mindset, is kind of one idea?
Yeah, I would say that's a primary idea to buy investment real estate. It doesn't have to be something that you would live in. This house was, I'm not a snob, but it was never nice enough where I would want to live in it. But it played a really valuable role for a lot of people who lived here over the last 10 years.
And then it finally got too far, bad condition, and it was like it's time to push it over.
Yeah. After renovating
it a new life
3 times in 10 years and needing another significant renovation, it was time to let it go. This will be a great new unit, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms with a living area above the garage. So it'll be plenty of house for a family, a couple, a group of friends to spread out in. An individual who wants to work from home could very easily work here.
Did you hire an architect or buy a plan online, or how did you get the plans for this house? Or did you draw it yourself, or what'd that look like?
Yes.
Napkin?
All the plans. I start on a napkin. And I have ideas in my mind, and then I worked with an architect to implement my ideas. So we tweaked the plans together for a while to get it drawn up and looking just how I want it to look. And it has to fit in certain parameters. In this zone in particular, it has to be under a certain height and with certain width of the house, and certain percentage of the front elevation of the house had to be a front porch.
So this is a regulated area.
This is
a few special regulations.
Yeah, this area has a few special zoning regulations that has some good and bad sides, but it makes the houses in here, everything that's newly built in here is going to look really great.
What is your favorite part about building a new house?
I think it's that everything works. Doors theoretically should shut and open well. Windows should shut and open well. There shouldn't be significant air leaks.
So it sounds like you've had a lot of older properties in your experience, or
most of
you've
what
seen it all kind of, right?
Most of what I've dealt with should be knocked over and restarted again. No, I've seen a lot of older houses. That's what the appeal of a new construction house is, that everything should work. No house is perfect, and even a new construction house will have some issues the first year of breaking in period. But in general, the builders are responsible for fixing things for the first year of a house, and most of the issues that are going to come up, and they're not that bad in a new construction house. So a new house where everything generally works and looks great.
So I'm curious, when you first got started in real estate investing, what got you interested in it, I guess?
My parents made me read Rich Dad, Poor Dad in high school, and something about that, the ideas that he talks about in there of putting your money to work for you so that it will eventually make you more money. Something about that stuck with me, and he talked a lot about investing in real estate. I thought, if you can use a little bit of money and leverage it up to buy a house, and that house eventually makes you money in return, it's kind of the best of both worlds. It's an investment that's appreciated and that's also making you income along the way. That idea is kind of what stuck early and got me interested, because I've always been interested in freedom and flexibility to do what I want when I want to. And
airline miles.
And airline miles, credit card points, travel points is my main passion in life. And
one of the most well-traveled people that the most well-traveled person I know, for sure. All because of real estate.
All real estate.
And credit cards.
Real estate and the credit cards I spend on real estate is what's made it possible for me.
Your strategy to buy and hold, or do you buy and sell properties, or do you do a mixture of building? You built a ton of properties now, and you've got rentals. What are you going for now, you think?
Yeah, for a lot of years it was building and flipping houses, building and then selling houses, or renovating and then selling houses in order to make money to buy rentals to keep. These days I haven't bought very many rentals to keep in a while, just because it's hard to make the numbers work.
And do you have any short-term rentals also?
I do have a few Airbnbs in different parts of town, and those do well sometimes.
You like those? You recommend it?
I like and recommend Airbnbs. Yeah, it feels like the quicker way to get a property paying back the original investment. There's down seasons, and there's some months when it doesn't make any money, and those are terrible. But there's other months where it makes a lot more than it would make on a long-term rental basis. And so Airbnbs can be a great investment strategy. Idea overall is passive income, and it's not passive in real estate. We use that phrase probably incorrect. It always requires work. It always requires something. But with good managers that you trust and good workers that you trust, it can be more passive, allowing me freedom to work on other new things.
There you go. The real estate legend, the real estate cowboy, the Jeremy Kelton.
Thanks.
Thanks for watching. Until next time, we hope to show you around town.